is here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video for your viewing or listening pleasure. It is midweek Magic time again, and this week it is Phantom Golden Sealed. For those of you who care, sorry I missed last week. I was out on vacation, traveling with the fam, so had a good time, missed my Magic, but I'm back. So, what is Phantom Golden Sealed? Well, you get boosters of golden packs. So what is a golden pack? Well, a golden pack is all rares and mythics. This is something that you can get in the store, in a manner of speaking. Up here, this is golden pack progress. So every time you buy a pack, you get 1/10 of the way to a golden pack. In other words, you buy 10 packs of cards, you get a golden pack. So if you see this bundle, you get 50 packs of Edge of Eternities, and you get 5 golden packs. You go in here and you buy packs. You buy 10 mythic packs here. You get 1 golden pack. So you can actually get golden packs through the store here if you want, but I'm guessing the reason that they want you to do midweek Magic with Phantom Golden Sealed is not only because they want you to eventually pay money so you can get your own golden packs, but also because, quite frankly, this is an absolute bonkers format. So, as you can imagine, the power level is super high with all rares and mythics. So, without further ado, let's see what we open up here. Now, normally when I do sealed, I would sort by mythics and rares, but that's kind of a moot fucking point, because if I do that, guess what? It's everything. In fact, if I do it the other way and I sort by common and uncommons, it's nothing. So, not really worthwhile. But what I will do is I will sort first by colorless, so we can see that we've got 4 starting towns. Holy cow. So that means for the first, second, or third turn of the game, we've got lands that will produce any kind of mana at the price of 1 life. That's a lot of mana fixing. We've got a Tarnation Vista, which is also mana fixing. We've got a 1 mana casting cost Dragonfire Blade, gives a creature +2/+2 piece of equipment. So this is really decent equipment if you have, say, a 4-color legend or something like that, or a 3-color legend. The equip cost goes down dramatically, and you get hexproof for monocolored. And then Tarion Soul Cleaver. So every time an artifact or creature is put to the graveyard, you put a counter on the equipped creature. Now, this kind of sucks because if that creature dies, the counters go with them. So it's not like the Soul Cleaver is getting the counters, and then you can re-equip the Soul Cleaver. I'll look at the lands that we've got. So in addition to the starting town and the Tarnation Vista, we've also got Surveil Land of Undercity Sewers. So that is the Island Swamp. We've got 2 Great Arishan Cities, which enters tapped unless you control a forest or plains. Exile a creature card from your graveyard, not any graveyard, not opponent's graveyard, but your graveyard, to create a 1/1 spirit token. And then we've got a black-green land and a green-white land. So, one of the things that I like to do first when I look at this kind of a setup is I want to see if we've got removal anywhere. Because most of the time, removal is going to be at the common or uncommon rarity. You're going to have rare removal, which is what we're going to be looking for, but it's not going to be as prevalent in a draft or in a sealed as it is in golden packs. So there's premium value put on removal. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. We've got Werefox Bodyguard. So this enters and exiles a creature. That's some removal. We've got Elspeth that destroys a creature with mana value 3 or greater. That's removal. This is not removal. I thought it was a different creature. I'm not going to count the counter spells as removal, but I mean, they are in a way. The Rotmouth Viper, not really removal. You can force somebody to sacrifice their permanents rather than taking damage or losing cards. I will count Primal Odin as removal because its first ability when you cast it, 4/6, is to destroy target creature. Let's see here. Territory Forge only exiles an artifact or land. Nah, not really. Dealing 4 damage to any target, that's removal. Dealing 1 damage to any target, that's removal. Trumpeting Carnosaur's discard ability, that's removal. Don't expect to find anything in green, but let's take a look. Green is really light. Then we've got our multicolored cards here. Oh, we've got a we got Assassin's Trophy. That's destroy target permanent. Let's see here. New Wave Forward now. And that is just about it. So it looks like we've got a couple in red at very high casting cost. We've got a black, green, black, and 2 whites. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. So now what I'll do is let's take a look at the white. And we're going to look at it from a creature type perspective. So we're going to separate creatures and non-creatures here. So we've got some nice low casting cost stuff here. We've got a big 6/6 flyer that you can't lose the game. Your opponent can't win the game. That's obviously very interesting. We've got removal, Delny, which double triggers if you have power 2 or less. So we might be looking at 2 or less deck here. That would be interesting with Werefox Bodyguard, because now you can exile 2 creatures with this if Delny is out. You've got Aerith, which is lifelink. You've got Slitskin, which is also lifelink. And whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter, and then you get to redistribute those. So this is also a trigger, so that would trigger twice because, well, no, it would trigger twice once, I think, because then she gets the plus counters, and then no, she's no longer power 2 or less. Case of the Uneaten Feast, more life gain. Valor's Flagship is lifelink, crew 3, big flyer. But you can also cycle it and create 1/1 tokens, which might be interesting. Fabrication Foundry is only a mana ramp for artifacts. And of course, Elspeth is pretty damn good. So now let's take a look at blue. Wow, blue is really weak. The Downport Mage could be interesting, especially we've got some enter the battlefield effects that you can bounce cards back. Matoya, you really have to have a lot of Scry or Surveil to make that worth it. Edgar, yeah, high artifact count, late casting cost. The coin flipping is kind of pointless. I don't like this card. And so you're left with 3 steps ahead. So I think blue seems kind of dead. Let's just make sure if we look at the gold cards as well. What are the blue gold cards? So we've got Toro the Infiltrator, which is not bad. It's a 2/3 menace. But again, like to really capitalize on Satoru, you want to be able to have something come in with outspending mana. You want to be able to plot things, or you want to exile and return effects or something like that. Emmett Selch is good. 3 mana for 2/4 Vigilance, which helps you draw a discard. And then once you're able to transform them, you get to play cards from your graveyard. That's solid. We would give up on Vivi. We have to check out red, see if red is super heavy spell or something like that. Give up on Zimone in the blue-green Narset. So, I mean, maybe we could splash blue if some of our gold cards merited, but I definitely don't think blue can be a primary color. But, you know, white definitely feels like it could be a primary color. It's got a nice low curve. Whoa, black is just as light as blue as well. Kane is a rough card. I mean, it's a 2/4 for 3, but and it has flying on your turn, but then you do damage to somebody and you lose the card. So that kind of stinks. Unless you have some kind of effect where it's like return to owner's hand, then you can bounce Kane back to your own hand or something like that. Summon Primal Odin and Rotten Mouth Viper are both really, really good cards. Painful Quandary seems like it should be a good card. It really isn't a very good card. Darkness Crystal, again, if you have heavy black, you can take advantage of that first part, but it's really kind of a long runway to get to that second part. So I'm thinking not black, not blue. Okay, we've got a lot of red cards here. Hit the Mother Lode. Hell no. We've got Magda, which makes treasures, which is good for ramp and for fixing. Raubon, which has a good ward, and you can attach equipment. So we might want to take a look at what we've got for equipment. So this is gets a card and then gives haste to other creatures, which can be helpful. Furion, another equipment creature. Van. So scouts, pirates, or rogues, when they deal damage, you get to exile a card if you don't create a treasure. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, which I don't know that we're going to be able to do, you get to put a +1/+1 counter. So we're going to look for equipment and scout, pirates, rogues. Girlfriend Cerberus, which is the double up, triple up spells. So we'll have to see if we've got some spells. Boneheart Horde Dracosaur is a flat out bomb. Realm Scorcher Head Kite, also just a bomb, especially when you have enough red mana to ping, or in our case, maybe we've got enough treasures that we can use to ping as well. Trumpeting Carnosaur, maybe if we have a way to bring it back from the grave, that's great as well. And you can use this card. Otherwise, 6 mana for a 7/6 Discover 5 is also solid. So I'm definitely feeling really good about red and feeling really good about white right now. So let's see what green has to offer. Not a lot. Tifa's okay, but you really have to have a way to be able to make sure that you're growing Tifa, for that big swing in this kind of format. Not very reliable at all. Esper Origins is a good card. You set yourself up with the Surveil, you gain some life, get into the trash, and then you can bring it back to summon Esper Maduin. So that draws a card, adds mana, gives everybody, the whole team, +2/+2 and trample. A little mini overrun. Spinner of Souls, that's a great card. Green and 2 for a reach 4/3, that's great rate. On top of that, anytime a non-token creature dies, you reveal cards until you get a creature. So it's replacing every time. This becomes a primary target, primary threat. Here is a piece of equipment. It's okay. I mean, this is, how do we get free cast things from our hand? I would rather have something that actually gives some bonuses of some sort. Leyline of Mutation, not interested. Earth Crystal, not interested. Not enough +1/+1s. March of the World Ooze. That can get out of hand, but it's also 3 green. Railway Brawler, that's great. Bartz and Boko, gotta have a lot of birds, and I haven't seen a lot of birds, so I don't think that is an option. So if we get to our gold here, actually I'm gonna skip the gold. I'm gonna see what we can build with red white here. That's 39 cards. We'll obviously cut some of this stuff. I don't want to play that. But let me also, as I said before, I'm going to look for what equipment we have. So for that, I'm going to have to go back here. And I don't know why I picked all that. There we go. Okay. So these were the 2 equipment cards that made me think about that. Here's the Grimoire, which I don't really want to play anyway. And we could probably play both of these. I mean, having Vigilance is a pretty strong ability. And whenever something dies, it gets a little bit bigger. I mean, I don't know. I like this better for sure. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of next upkeep. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so the other one was Rogues. There's Satoru. Okay, so we have scouts. Oh, Delny's a scout. Okay, okay. And then we've got pirates. Oops. Let's do singular pirate. Nope. Okay, so this ability is really not gonna do squat for us. Okay, so I still like Case of the Uneaten Feast. Now, I think it's going to be pretty hard to trigger, but if we do trigger it, we can sacrifice it and get our whole army back, you know, or at least somebody from the team back from the grave, which can be pretty powerful. So I'll throw that in to start with. Crystal Barricade, you have hexproof, defender, prevent all non-combat damage. It's a wall. I don't know. Let's start with it. I definitely won't play that. Let's keep Aerith. It's a 3-mana 2/2 lifelinker. Sure, why not? We'll keep those. Yeah, hell, why not? Okay. So then let's look at Magda. Now Rauban is a 2/2 for 2, but yeah, I'm not gonna have a lot of equipment, so it's a pretty nothing card there. It's a 2/1 that gives haste for other creatures. This actually turns into a bit of a later card, as I want to be able to haste something big and scary. And Furion. Furion's a 3/3 for 3. Doesn't really do a lot for that, other than allows me to move a piece of equipment around to give haste. So let's see what happens if I just include all of these. I won't include that. And let's overlook the gold cards for now, because I don't think there was any Boros gold cards. Nope. And then we'll include the Dragon Fireblade, and I'll exclude that. Okay, so we got 37 cards here. Now, one of the things I started with was we got Starting Town and Tarnation Vista for fixing. We've also got Magda, which can generate some treasures potentially for some fixing. So let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. We'll go ahead and add all of those. And let's look at what our gold colored bombs are here. New way forward. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you, prevent it. And then it deals that much damage and you draw those cards. That's pretty good. But again, that's a lot of mana. Maybe. I mean, it is the right colors already. So we got Glarb, Death Touch, 2/4, 3 mana, Surveils 2. Look at the top card, play lands and cast spells and mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library. Good. But also really far away from where we are. Call the Spirit Dragons. Don't have enough dragons. We've got a red dragon. We've got a red dragon. And I think those were the only dragons. Let's just check. Oh, we've got a red-blue dragon. So not enough dragons to actually play it anyway. So not worth looking at. Okay, so we've got Noctis, another lifelinker. We'd have to splash both blue and black. Casting artifact spells from the graveyard. Not something that we're looking to do here. Kellen and Zamone, both good cards, but we are far away from them. Balthier and Fran, let's say. We just don't have the vehicles for this. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran attacks, if it's the first combat phase, you get another combat phase. That is a pretty powerful ability. But the only equipment or vehicle that we've got is the Valor's flagship. So, Mardu Siegebreaker. Okay, red-white with black. Death Touch and Haste. When it enters, exile another target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. So you basically protect one of your creatures, and you get to have a copy of it. So that could be interesting. We've also got Thunder of Unity if we went with black. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Whenever creature you control enters, opponent loses a life and gains life. It's not super exciting, but I mean, we start looking at the difference between getting Narset and New Way Forward, with Narset basically being you blow through your hand and then draw a card. You cast a spell, draw a card, cast a spell, draw a card. So you're refilling your hand, or actually at the end, each turn you'll cast 2 spells, and then you'll get to draw 2 cards at the end of your turn. So that's a good way to keep your hand filled. Unfortunately, Narset doesn't have any other abilities, not prowess or flying or menace or anything like that. So it's really just card drawing, but still, we basically got these 2 or these 2. Then we're far away from black-green, but we've got a land. And we don't have the blue-black or the blue. We could do blue-red. But if we're doing Vivi, we really need to have a lot of spells. And if you can see, we've only got 4 non-creature spells. Niv Mizzet, no maximum hand size. Anytime a source you control deals non-combat damage, we're not going to be doing a lot of that. So red-blue doesn't really seem like a good fit either. So it basically looks like, which would we want to fit in? The Mardu Siegebreaker, 4/4 Death Touch Haste for 4, plus a little card drawing, a little life drain, or a lot of card draw, damage reflection. I think if we look at how many creatures we've got 16 creatures. I think this is powerful from a creature perspective, but I think overall these carry a little bit more power. So I think I'd probably do it this way. And that gives us 39 cards. So we're doing red, white, and blue here. And I'm just looking to see if we've got any lands. Nope. Nope. Do we play the Soul Cleaver? I mean, if we are playing the other, yeah, shit, why not? Okay, what I don't think I want to do is play the island. So we are at 16 lands, and we have, it's basically an even split between red and white. So I'll do that. 6 plains, 6 mountains, 4 starting towns, and 1 Tarnation Vista. So we are going to be taking some damage using starting town, but we've also got some lifelink in here. So let's run it. Let's see how this goes with our Boros sealed deck with a little splash of blue. Oh, shit. Huh. I'm going to make a change for the deck for the next match. It just occurred to me that I should have gone back and actually looked at my regular blue cards too. Okay. I'm going to keep this. We can call the Tarnation Vista white. Oh, okay. We don't really need to get the Soul Cleaver out, but this comes into play tapped. So we will call that white because we've got double white here for removal. This is okay. But again, we want to be able to do this when we know we've got a sorcery spell in here. Which, you know what? I probably should have checked. Probably should have checked if I even had had the sorcery spell. Ah, well. So for the next duel, next battle, we'll check if I got the sorcery spells for it. Hope Estime. Okay. Milling and Lovin. Okay, so we are going to bring out the starting town because that can be colorless, and we'll do this. Whenever non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy. So we've only got one more piece of equipment that's going to help, but this is a 3/3. And yep. So if I'd put this in later, it would have come in tapped. 6 one way, half a dozen the other. I'm going to hold on to the Werefox Bodyguard. Ideally, if I can get my Delny, then I can get a double trigger from this. Oh. I spoke and you appeared, huh? And now I can't block you, and now you're getting double triggers. Well, fuck me. Okay. So that's interesting. So it says for each color among monocolored permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. So Tarnation Vista actually would give me 2. Okay, so I think I want to... I think I want to get rid of Delny. And I will attack for 3. And I will let Hope have her way with me, as it were. Yes, I will not block you. Bring it. Winter Night Stories. Okay, you're drawing cards. You're drawing cards. Okay, so I got to remember, I got to look at my blue cards, and I got to look at my spells. Oh. And as if on command, there's Delny, huh? Okay. Who do I want to get out here? I think I want to do this. And then I'll do that. So that I can block Hope, and if Hope dies, then Furion gets bigger. So I'm holding this so that I can cast a spell. So my next turn I will play one of these two. And what do you have in store, my opponent? You have a way to reanimate Bahamut? God help me if you do. Wonder if they were trying to do some kind of mill thing there. Oh, that's interesting. What is going on over there? I mean, I guess we're just swinging for the fences, huh? Into open mana? What do you have for your 1 red, 1 white? Okay. I decline. I decline. Thank you for the treasures. So, I might want to do Cerberus just based on what my opponent might have too. I know I shouldn't block, but I'm going to go ahead and block anyway. Since I'm at 15 life and they're at 9. Yeah. Yeah. Ultima. Nice. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so we've got Narset. A decline. Might as well cast it next turn. I gotta remember, you know, the removal that does exist at the rare and mythic level is sweepers. So good not to commit yourself or overcommit yourself to the board like I did. But they've got a full grip, 6 cards in hand. I've got 1. And they are eyeballing my 1 Narset. Looking to have their way with her. Please don't. Please don't hurt my beautiful Narset. I've only got 1 creature. And you, well, you're only showing 1 creature. You've got certainly many, many more. There's a new creature. Otter. That ought to make you happy. Okay, okay. I don't like the synergy I'm seeing here. We've got tokens, we've got pump. Well, I think Mr. Cerberus is gonna have to take a back seat. So destroy creature an opponent controls with a mana value 3 or greater. Nah. Let's create 2 tokens instead. What? You son of a bitch. No, I'm not gonna attack. That sucks. Tashana's Tidebinder, my nutsack. My wrinkly old man nutsack. Come on now. Don't take my Elspeth from me. Jill? What? No. Unacceptable. You're holding priority. I don't know what you're doing. Fucking Delny. Okay, before the board wipe, I felt like I was in control. Now I feel like I'm losing it. I am lost. Wow. They are going for it. I don't know if I would have done that. I would have just cast it. Oh well. I don't think I can afford to do that, can I? I don't think it really matters. That's it. I'm going to concede. Okay. So that did not work out for me, even though I was able to basically be 2 colors. So as I mentioned, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check a couple things in the deck here. One is I want to see what are my non-creature spells here. Okay, so we're going to do TCR. So I basically have 1 spell that Cerberus can copy. That's the only thing that Cerberus can copy. Okay. That doesn't seem like it's good value, huh? Then the other thing I was going to check was what does blue give me here? It basically just gives me the 3 steps ahead, which also, by the way, takes 2 blue to counter the spell. It does create a token of a copy of an artifact or creature I control, which is good, and draws 2 cards with a discard of 1. Yeah, okay. So I don't think that is worth playing. And I do think that is probably worth playing. There's nothing left in white. I still don't think Territory Forge is worth playing. I'm not going to scry or surveil. Yeah, I guess let's run it back. I mean, I think for this deck to actually succeed, I probably need to get some early threats and not succumb to the board wipe. So, anyway, it's midweek Magic, so just try to have some fun here, right? Okay, Slitskin. I'm sorry. Stiltskin. Stiltskin. Slitskin sounds much, much worse. Let's gain some life. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that yet. So let's do this. Hey, that's familiar. Okay. That gives me no pluses, but it does allow me to freely attack and gain life. If I do this, I might also draw into a land, which I would be happy to get. That's equipped too. That doesn't really matter. I could cast Van. Van would get blocked anyway. But I think we want to get Van going, don't we? Exiling cards from their library and getting treasures seems like a good idea. Okay. Yeah, win, I guess. That's midweek Magic for you. Sometimes your opponents just quit while you're thinking. And I got some gems. Yeah, I got some gems. I don't know how that island snuck in there. I do have 3 blue cards, though. But I have 5 blue sources. I don't know that I want that island in there. Let's do that. Okay. Zero 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 Fritz 000. My opponent. I go first. Okay, sure. Let's keep. I'm gonna hold on to that. Why? Because I've got that other card, which when I cast it, I get a second copy. And right now I don't have anything to equip it to. If I can cast Narset, I would. I have more important things to cast, like Van. Get in the van. Lamplight Phoenix is a 3/3. Son of a bee. So let's do that. And you know what? Let's do that. And swing, baby. Exile a card. Is it a land? I can't play the land. I am not going to cast the Soul Cleaver because I want to be able to cast Narset or New Way Forward. Oh, there it goes. Yep. Easy come, easy go. Okay, so New Way Forward. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage, and then that much is dealt back. Okay. Well, I don't know. I think we just dropped Dracosaur, right? And I'm still gonna hold off. 5/5 first striking flyer seems good. Yep. Play Magda. Let's... This only deals damage to me, right? So... I mean, this first strike, so they can't double block to kill it. They can only single chump block. Ooh, Nibelheim Aflame. To each other creature. Son of a biscuit, huh? That don't help. Oh, Crystal Barricade prevent all non-combat damage dealt to other creatures you control. Reading the card explains the card. Yeah. I would probably scooped after that too. Okay. That card, though, is a sick card to get in Phantom Sealed. I will say that. Synapse Necromage, and do we get gems or do we get a card? We get gems. Okay. Going for the third win here for our cosmetic. And our opponent is a unique 1/2. You are a unique 1/2. Okay. 3 lands. Got a 1 mana play. Sure. You waved hello, and I will say party. And I will party with Stiltskin. Let's see, do I have any other emojis? I'm gonna be cool. Be cool. So this land does nothing. So they're playing green, white, blue. They've got all the mana they could want. Oh, you know what? I thought this was the one that creates the treasures, but this is only when I commit a crime. Oh well. That's fine. That's a weird interaction to do. Am I overcommitting to the board? Sure, why not? Valor Flagship for 0. Just needed land, huh? This one might be a quick game. I so deserve that. Yep. Yep. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine here. I'm fine. You're fine. Look, they played a vehicle. They don't have anything to crew it. I'm sure they'll drop something next turn and they'll attack me with it. It's fine. We are A-okay here. Nothing wrong here. Nothing to see here. I think I'm going to hold off on this one, right? Because the next turn I can play either one of those. So, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to do the 4 to you. Just get that thing going. Get that counting. Zimone, look at you. Yeah, look at that. Yep. That's doing some damage. And now you are open. Ooh. I like seeing that. Yep. I'm going to end the turn. Oh, okay. Unique 1/2. What are you going to do here? You going to pull that same stunt? Okay. So you got the white one and the green one, and you didn't use either one. Zykar. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one. Exile another creature you control. Return it. Sure. That's fine. That's a crew 1. So crew with Rykar. Yep. Sure. Interesting. Okay. Yep. Auto pay. Choose a source. I like it. Let's do Delny. And then let's do the bodyguard. Combo. And then let's see how they board wipe again or destroy the Werefox bodyguard and just keep that trainer rolling. The power is in your hands, Unique 1/2. You have all the mana you need. You have 5 cards. You always get to look at the top card, and you can play the top card if it attacked. Ooh, that's a big one. Interesting. Okay, so that can destroy the Quilled Great Worm, which seems like a good move. So why don't we do that?
I will turn the tide of battle.
Yep. Go ahead and crew it on up. So my dudes are still unblockable, which I like. And I think I'll drop the Street Thief. Nope. Nope. And that's it. All right. Dropped 1. Got 2 more. It all works out for Midweek Magic. Okay, so I guess we finished a quest there. What is the cosmetic? Yeah. Restless Anchorage. Oh, that's actually one that I don't know that I've seen. It's a card I actually use, too. Okay, well, there you go. That's Midweek Magic, Phantom Golden Sealed. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next week for this. And maybe sometime in between, I might drop another video. If there's something you're looking for, let me know. I mostly do the midweek magics, and I really like the achievement hunting. But if I find myself excited about a deck or something like that, I might do that. I play a lot more Magic than I record. So anyway, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye now.